With Wizard's Toolkit, you can build a website, then, using AI, add additional languages for it within minutes. For about 85% of a data-centric website, this is done automatically with no coding needed. By default, the website is built with English prompts, but you can change that if needed. On both the login page and in the user settings, a person can change their language preference to whatever other language you want. Wizard's Toolkit comes with English, Spanish, and Hindi language prompts, and today I'll show you how using AI you could add any other language within minutes. Plus, I'll show you how you can use the Wizard's Toolkit language feature for non-standard locations in the website. In the video, I'll also show you the magic within the library and database that handles all this. Plus, Wizard's Toolkit comes with a back office for managing DevOps and giving you low-code tools for building and managing websites. This was all built using Wizard's Toolkit and so automatically has the multi-language feature. If you do not like the translation that AI created, you can easily change it within the back office. For example, if you wanted phone to be telefono in Spanish, you would change it like this, and boom. Since the language translation is data-driven, it has already affected the website for everyone. Everywhere that phone was in English, telefono will now be seen if in Spanish mode. Wizard's Abacus was built using Wizard's Toolkit. It is a time-tracking payroll and invoicing software as a service. For an Abacus demo for a client that speaks Urdu, I added Urdu as a language option. It only took me about 10 minutes, and here's the results. You can see all prompts and column headers were translated. However, some headers and informational descriptions were not. This is very easy to add the language translation for these areas as well. Let's look at the projects list, and we see here it is showing the translated for the column headers, but not for the main header. And if I go in here, I see this also has parts that are not translated. And that's because these aren't data driven. So let me show you how that's fixed. In the project list file, we're going to go down to, there it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say like that. And then in the project edit page, we got update project and staff rates. Here I see I already have update project as in here. Let's just change this a little bit. There we go. And now what that will do is it will tell the Wizard's Toolkit to find update project and make a translation for it. Same with create project. Now if we look for staff rates, here's that. And I'll just change that like this. All right, and let's do the same thing with task analytics. And finally, project invoices. There we go. I'm going to click on here so that it also grabs these. I see that total due and amount paid have not been done yet, and late penalty warranty. That's because this page had never been gone to while I was in this language preference. So Now let me upload these pages. These are the two pages I just changed. Upload. Now before I go to them, if I look in the back office and I say, let's look over here, you see that it's already brought over the ones that I just looked at regarding the new project invoice page. And now if I go back to here, because I just looked at this page and this was called by WTK Lang, if I go back, we'll now see there's project list. And then if I click on this, which called in the update project and staff rates, task analytics, and project invoices using the WTK Lang function, now they will be in here as well. And we can see here they are. So now let's generate those. I'm going to do it in ChatGPT. It will work in any AI. I'm not even going to log in. Get it for free. Just copy and paste, because there's the prompt that you already need. And it already tells it that it's going to this language, translate. And AI does it amazingly fast. Here we had 426. Here we have 426. Copy. And now I'm going to go into the database. Go. And now let's check it out. Now if I go back to projects, looky there. There's the header. Go into here. There's all these headers. And if I went to Spanish, so now I go back to my preferences, change it to Spanish. Now, they're not going to be in Spanish yet because I haven't made the data. But as soon as I do this and this, now in the back office, if I go back to language, generate, it just found all of these. First off, it noticed that Spanish now has the most translations that needs to be done. So I'm going to just copy this, and you see it says Spanish already for me. I'm going to copy this, copy, go into ChatGPT again, paste. And I've just made Wizards Abacus into a multilingual website. I can do it for the rest of the pages, and I'll do that offline. One more quick demo. Let's say I want to start from absolute scratch and create a brand new language, or add a brand new language. Currently we have English, Urdu, and Spanish. I want to say save and copy. And I use this website. It will be down in the description to find out what's the best what's the standardized 3-character for a language. I'm going to add French, which is FRE. Save it. And now we go back to the web page. Because this page is data driven, French automatically shows up because it's data driven. I save it. And now if I go to projects and project edit, and let's click on this just so it grabs user pay, security level, and a few other items. Then we go back to here. You'll see that now we're at 465, and that's how many rows are in the language data table. And now we have our French scripts. So I'm going to just paste these into here again. And what we just did is we created a French version. Copy, paste, database updated. And now if I go here, we have it in French. And not just the parts that I hand coded, but also notice every column header. And all of these labels, every single one was done because that's automatically handled by Wizards Toolkit. So now let's look at the raw data. And here you see there's all the French ones. And I'm going to log out, switch it to, oh, the login page is not data driven because you don't necessarily want it to automatically show up there. So let me change that now. And this way you can choose what order you want it to be in. Let's say I want French to be second. There we go. Now I'm going to update, I'm going to upload the HTML template for our SPA or single page application. Okay, now if we reload that, we'll see we have French in there. All right, I just did another enhancement, the mass update ID. Let me explain that. These are part of your SPA or single page application. So if we look in here, at your HTML SPA page, this is your general framework. We see that there's lang bug message, lang bug report, and these IDs are part of your single page application. And when somebody changes their language preference, we want these to change as well. So the JavaScript automatically does this. Now what I just added was, I made it so when you come to this page, going to language and then saying generate, if it recognizes that it's a brand new language and there are none of the new language using the 3-character language code with a mass update ID, then it fills it using the English versions so that you know what needs to be translated, and it automatically generates that and generates the update scripts. And then I just pasted that in here and it converted it for French. I just ran it, and now if I change the language, it immediately updates here, and the email, this part is not in the language tracking, but I could change it to be so. It automatically changes this, and that's how easy it is to do with Wizards Toolkit. In summary, Wizards Toolkit is an incredible low-code development library, and it makes making multiple language websites that are data-centric extremely easy and effortless. Check it out at wizardstoolkit.com, and if you need a time tracking, payroll, invoicing software, you might want to check out Wizards Abacus also. Have a great day. Subscribe for more on the business of programming.